Alright, let's see if this is enough light driving at nighttime. Alrighty then, primary hustle done for the day. I was $1 short of what we like to call clipping in the restaurant industry tonight. Clipping is when you make $500. Gripping is when you make at least $1,000. Oh, and there goes the darkness. This is my first video, first introduction to all of it. It's the man of 100 hustles himself, aka Dr. Dooms, Mr. Hoodrich. I don't know, I just wanted to start to fail up. I don't have the right lighting, I don't have any of the stuff that I want to have yet, but I have to start because the pull is just becoming overwhelming. So, my goal with this YouTube channel is to make as many millionaires as possible. So following me on this road, I am going to try to show you 100 different hustles. And one of my favorite mentors says bolt, don't bounce. That means bolt down your systems before you bounce to something else. But sometimes life is real. Stuff happens. A revenue stream shuts down. A door closes. An opportunity you were hoping for just falls through. So one of these things I've learned to do through these COVID times is adaptability. My eBase was pulling in $800 to $1,000 a week. I had busted my ass butt to build this store over the last 3 years. Bad breakup, some stuff disappeared. Then on top of that, I got hit for like $1,500, so my account is in the penalty. So I go from generating a low-ranking part-time job worth of income that was being produced in my pajamas to my sales pretty much being at a slow crawl to zero per week. So that being said, I had to jump on top of another revenue stream. I created a new eBay account and it took a month, but it's just now starting to get a little bit of traction. And two, I had to take on another hustle. This one here is called Tasker. I will make sure to put links in all of my descriptions. I'm not asking y'all for money, likes, follows, none of that other BS. I want to try something different because I'm tired of hearing the same things in every video. Y'all know what to do. So how about instead, if you try one of my hustles, you do one of my links, and usually there is a referral fee. And that's the best way. These referral fees, you get paid when you do the job, I get paid when I do the job. But back to the new hustle, Tasker. Man, this stuff is so easy. I grew up poor. So one of my favorite things about having grown up poor is when you grow up like Baghdad, third world country, dirt poor in the gutters of the Fofo, where I'm originally from. I know it don't sound like it, but when you grow up in those slums, you learn everything you need to be wealthy one day. Everybody I like to read talks about it. Hell, Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest men in history, dirt poor. Time after time, there are these men that literally started from the bottom and they came up and they eventually became millionaires. And part of me says that a lot of people don't believe in the American dream anymore, but I talk to a lot of immigrants. I love immigrant culture because these people come over here not knowing the language, not knowing where they at, not knowing much of anything. And time after time, I keep coming across these people who have these amazing stories of coming to America and with nothing, and in a lifetime becoming millionaires. And that tells me that those of us that are born here are sitting on our asses entitled and lazy. So I have a history of not being much of a talker, which is probably why I held my feet on this channel for so long. I'm more of a listener, and I have this habit of listening. And when I worked at a restaurant called Americans, I worked with a bunch of gentlemen from Jalisco, Mexico. They eventually became familiar. But these cats literally had 100 different hustles. I'm talking, they waited tables full time, they fixed cars, they did taxes, they sold insurance. When I say these guys were just generating revenue like nobody I had ever seen before in my life. And these guys had come over, none of these guys had papers, that's why I can't put their names out there. But they were all impressive because they were all over 50 years old. They were family men. They had wives. They generated $200,000 to $300,000 a year income from bottom of the barrel throwaway jobs that most people just kind of look at as garbage. Hell, I knew one lady, we called her Mama Sylvia. This lady bought a $300,000 house doing 3 different grinds at 50-something years old and paid that bad boy off in less than 10 years by her damn self. So you tell me that my American-born ass can't come up with something? So, here's the point of the channel. I make a great fucking living. Like I said in one of the shorts before, I work at one of the most expensive restaurants in Texas. And it's not about greed. It's not about grind. For me, it's about hustle. It's about my reward centers. I don't care about sports. I don't care about nothing. For me, my rewards, my joy comes from when I make a sale. Like, one of the craziest things I like to joke about is how much I like listening to trap music. Young Jeezy, Rick Ross, T.I. I'm talking like what y'all would call old trap music. I'm a little bit of an old head. But these cats was always telling us about how to do 100 different hustles and get your paper up, but nobody was listening. Tupac, that whole Machiavelli thing, he wanted us to read The Prince. I remember being like 9, 10 years old, running up to my cousins, begging them to read this 90-page book. And being like, look, this is going to teach us how to get it. The same cousins, my kinfolk, I know you can vouch for the fact that I was a sickly ass child, hopping in dumpsters at 9, 10 years old, recycling aluminum cans so that I can buy candy, so that I can sell it to the other neighborhood kids. So the hustle has always been in me. So it's kind of ironic. It's like kind of my life coming full circle. I'm literally taking one person's trash, cleaning it up, turning it into a treasure, and turn that into a full-time living. Well, in order for me to hit that million that I want to hit, I'm gonna have to do more than just hopping in dumpsters. So, back to Tasker. I forgot about that. Forgive me for my ADD. Ever since I became what I like to call unlocked, it's almost like all secrets of money, how to make money, how money is just produced, just unlocked to me. So now it's all about self-discipline, choosing the grind that is the most profitable over time, diversifying so that I don't fall one day when things don't go my way. Because, well, it's one of the major lessons that life is truly teaching me right now. So, I have at least 5 or 6 multi-millionaires lined up for interviews. The reason I want to call my podcast Road to the First Million, the items I pick up, I have to hop in my ride. I hop on the road. These road trips, I love to start them at night because it's a little bit of traffic. I start me a good podcast, some music, a YouTube channel, and I can drive anywhere from 8, 10, 12 hours at a time. I take breaks, but I'm alone a lot of the time, and it's just kind of helped me reach this zen with me, the road, and just this freedom. So I don't grind for money, or not even money, for greed. Let me correct that. I don't grind for greed. I drive a regular ass car. I have like 5 regular ass pairs of shoes. My clothes usually come from the thrift store. When I was still making $34,000 a year, I never switched anything. And the only reason I upgraded vehicles is because I could be stuck in my car on the road for 10, 12, 18 hours at a time. I done drove from Houston, Texas to Florida in one shot. So that was what, 26 hours because I wanted to take the scenic route? Oh yeah, that's one of the other things along the way. I'm a fucking weird nerd. I like to take the long way to wherever I'm going. And that just kind of frees up time. So if you follow me along on this journey, you're going to get to travel. You're going to get to see 100 different hustles. Hoping one of them's going to appeal to you. You're going to see what it is, the pitfalls, the grind, the shine. Where I cut corners, where I take losses and hits, where I succeed. Right now, one of my crazy successes are these crazy, stupid little things I paid 30-something cents for, but because people don't want to leave their house, they are flipping on eBay for $15 in profit each. Now, last I checked, it's still probably about $3 to $5, so once I run out of product, I can still keep doing these flips. One of my absolute favorite people that I watch, trust me, Silent Sales Machine, get on it. It's almost totally free. That's what motivated me to try not to get y'all to have to pay for content, but to show me how my advice is working by trying it out. It's not gonna hurt. Hell, I picked up a warehouse shift. Ultimately, for my business, I would love to have a giant warehouse with a bunch of moving parts. I already told y'all, I already got bread. I don't need to be doing all these side hustles, but I love it. It's my passion. It's my fun. I want to make so many millionaires that somebody have to assassinate me because they don't like what I'm doing no more. I'm trying to bring back capitalism and the small business owner and the real. And I kind of like business. I feel like business gets a bad rap as like the evil entity in a lot of movies. And I feel like small businessmen and businesses that are individually run themselves probably should go ahead and start identifying like, hey, we are business, but we are not giant corporations. Good Lord, I am on an ADD tangent. But like I said, I got to get something up. Hopefully, I hope y'all aren't as crazy as me. Because one of the things I have noticed is entrepreneurs are a little bit batty. It's things like this, just being alone for hours and hours on end, believing in something that nobody else believes in, the sleepless nights, just all the sacrifice, the heartache, the failure, the success, the joy, just working for that win. I knew this chick, she grinded for a year and a half with no results until she was beating her head against the wall, going crazy. But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. One of the tasker jobs I had to pick up, the people kind of recognized me and they were like, yo, you cleaning our bathrooms? And I was like, I would rather scrub toilets for myself than answer to a boss again. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the hustle. People say that they want to be alphas, alpha males, alpha females. I'm a king, I'm a queen. Kings and queens don't bow down to nobody. Alphas lead the pack. How can I call myself an alpha male, but I still bow down to a boss? I don't actually call myself an alpha male. Y'all might want to look up what sigma males are, because whatever. I'm taking y'all on too many tangents, especially for the first trip down the rabbit hole that is Kevin Dooms. So, for now, I feel like I have spoken long enough. I will keep uploading content. Hopefully it gets a little more streamlined. But this is number one. So, you know what? If I have to re-record, if I have to do number 1, 3, 4, 5 more times, so be it. It's time for me to start filling up. I feel like I have something to say. I have a message. I'm a dirt poor welfare baby. I'm a hood rat. My birth certificate say Jefferson Davis. I grew up, the Fofo, Acres Homes, I grew up in the bottoms. I done dug crawfish out the middle of the ditch in Ferguson Way. So, when you take this hood kid, what did my uncle used to call us? Cafe babies. You take this cafe baby, help him learn to hide his accent a little, and I grow up, and the next thing I know, I got multi-millionaires in my phone that answer when I call, and that's what I want to bring to y'all. I want to bring the path. I'm not trying to do exactly what these guys are doing. I just want to hear what happened, what you went through, what it was like, where did you start from. One of my favorite people I can't wait to bring to y'all. Two of my top favorite guys, Costa Papasedaris and Michael Vasu. Look these guys up. Costa started out, it's kind of crazy, white dude in the hood of backwoods Conroe. He told me how him and his wife, when their daughter was first born, they were lucky to bring in $1,000 a week. This man almost impulse bought a Bugatti last year. The guy rolls with a Lamborghini. His wife has a G-Wagon. They flew to Italy to pick out the leather for the Lamborghini. So you tell me you go from the hood, same type of hood I grew up in, just north of me, and 10 years older than me, but now you picking out specialty leather for your Lamborghini, but at your heart, you're still a normal ass dude. So these are the types of people that I find super interesting. Michael Vasu, first generation American born of Romanian immigrants. This dude got on his grind. Now he runs a insurance agency, and he hit a point where he said that when he first started making like $5,000-$6,000 a week, unless he was stupid, it was more money than he could spend. Now, all of these people have kind of hit a point where they done forgot, life done got kind of good enough to where they done forgot where they started, so they want to tell the story. They can't wait to tell the story, and that's the flyest, coolest part about this that I'm so looking forward to, because I don't know all the stories. I know parts of the stories. I love collecting stories, and stories from these men and women, if I can find them, who just started from the bottom and got somewhere. It gives me hope, it gives me inspiration, it lets me know it can still be done. Everything from the immigrant stories to the I grew up in the hood stories, because obviously when you poor, you learn some things that teach you how to get rich. So what am I not applying to get to that next level? Made a joke in one of the shorts about being dirt poor and broke. I'm what rich people call cash poor. I got like 60 racks in inventory between eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Mercari, blah, blah, blah. That don't matter. I don't know. I've talked long enough. Again, follow me, do all that crazy stuff, but I will be taking you on the grinds. My first grind is my first tasker grind. These are fun. I literally go into people's houses, build IKEA furniture. When you grow up poor, you build your own furniture most of the time. So I think it's hilarious. Somewhere along the way, this trend to build your own furniture became not so broke people stuff. Well, the craziest thing about IKEA furniture, it literally uses the exact same parts, instructions, and manuals of the cheap dollar store, Dollar Tree furniture we used to have to put together when I was a kid. So now I hop up in people's houses, efficiently put this stuff together, because that's just what we did for furniture growing up. And now people severely overpay me for doing it. It's contract labor, so it's $10.99. I get all the tax write-offs and all the fun stuff that comes with working for yourself. I set my own schedule. If I don't work, I don't eat. But it's better than having to bow down to some beta male simp or some chick who's on a power trip because she's got some kind of inadequacy. I'm just not wired for that anymore. Like, for real though. So I don't know. I really don't know, and I'm cool saying that now. I don't know. What's that saying? I don't know SHI about FUC. So follow me on this journey. So far it's been a fun ride. I can't wait to tell y'all the weird, crazy stories. I actually was supposed to not even tell y'all what city I'm in, because some of these jobs is wild. I have had a woman pay me to watch me wash her dishes. I've had a woman pay me to watch me clean her toilet. I have had a woman pay me to take her out on a date. 2 of those. And this is all in 2 weeks. I ain't exactly a male dime piece. Thank you, Kevin Samuels, for helping me realize my real value, because these chicks asking me out, they ain't no scrub chicks either. I'm talking master's degrees, real high value women that have the courage in I don't know what the word is, but the balls, the ovaries, the ovarian fortitude to ask me out, because I'm kind of shy, awkward, and nerdy. But they were too, so it's cool. I guess it's kind of a kindred spirit thing. I am approaching my home now. Where it's at? Nunyaville, Texas. Peace.